I won $5.6 million in the lottery and told no one. 3 days later, my wife filed for divorce. I've been miserable for years, she said. I gave her everything, house, cars, alimony. At the hearing, her lawyer said, my client will waive alimony if you sign today. I signed immediately. That night, my brother texted me by accident. She's on her way over, can't wait to start our new life. I'm a 38-year-old man, and this happened 6 months ago. I'm finally ready to share this story because I need someone, anyone, to understand what I've been through. My wife Sarah and I had been married for almost 10 years. We met in college. She was studying marketing. I was in accounting. Classic story, right? We fell in love over late-night study sessions and cheap coffee. She was beautiful, ambitious, and way out of my league. I couldn't believe she chose me. For the first few years, everything was perfect. We got married right after graduation, moved into a small apartment, and started building our life together. I got a job at a local accounting firm, and she worked at a marketing agency. We weren't rich, but we were happy, or at least I thought we were. About 5 years into our marriage, things started to change. Sarah became distant. She'd work late, go out with friends more often, and when she was home, she seemed elsewhere. I tried talking to her about it, but she'd always say I was imagining things. You're just stressed about work, she'd say. We're fine. I believed her because I wanted to believe her. I loved her so much that the thought of losing her terrified me. So I worked harder, tried to be a better husband. I'd surprise her with flowers, plan date nights, do more around the house. Sometimes it seemed to help, but mostly she just seemed annoyed by my efforts. My brother Jake was my rock during this time. He's 2 years younger than me, and we've always been close. He'd come over for beer and video games when Sarah was out, and he'd listen to me vent about my marriage troubles. Maybe she's just going through something, he'd say. Give her time. He was always so supportive, always there for me. Then 3 months before everything went to hell, I stopped at a gas station on my way home from work. I never buy lottery tickets. I'm an accountant, I know the odds. But that day, I had this strange feeling. The Mega Millions was at some ridiculous amount, and I thought, why not? I bought one ticket with random numbers. I forgot about it until 3 days later, when I saw a news article about someone in our state winning. On a whim, I checked my numbers. I had to check them 5 times before it sank in. I'd won. Not just won, I'd hit the jackpot. $5.6 million after taxes. I sat in my car in the parking lot of my office building, shaking. My first instinct was to call Sarah, but something stopped me. Our 10th anniversary was coming up in 2 months. What if I kept it secret? What if I could surprise her with everything she'd ever dreamed of? A new house, her dream car, maybe that trip to Italy she'd always talked about. Maybe this could fix us. I claimed the ticket that day, setting up a trust with a lawyer the Lottery Commission recommended. I chose the lump sum payout and had it deposited into a new account that only I knew about. The lawyer, Mr. Peterson, was an older gentleman who'd handled lottery winners before. Are you sure you don't want to tell your wife? He asked. These things have a way of coming out. I'm sure, I told him. It's a surprise. For 3 days, I lived this incredible secret. I'd go to work, come home, have dinner with Sarah, all while knowing our lives were about to change completely. I spent hours online looking at houses, researching vacation packages, imagining the look on her face when I told her. I was practically floating. I was extra affectionate with Sarah, which seemed to confuse her. What's gotten into you? She asked one night when I cooked her favorite meal. Just happy, I said, kissing her forehead. I love you. She gave me a strange look but didn't say anything. Then on the 3rd day, I came home from work to find Sarah sitting on the couch with a stack of papers in front of her. Her wedding ring was on the coffee table. We need to talk, she said. My heart dropped. What's going on? I want a divorce, Mark. I've already filed the papers. The room spun. I sat down heavily in the chair across from her. What? Why? Can we talk about this? There's nothing to talk about, she said, her voice cold in a way I'd never heard before. I've been miserable for years. I can't do this anymore. I don't love you. I haven't loved you for a long time. Each word was like a knife. Sarah, please, we can go to counseling. We can work on this. I know things haven't been perfect, but... No, she cut me off. My mind is made up. I've already signed a lease on an apartment. I'm moving out this weekend. I stared at her. This woman I'd loved for over a decade, and I didn't recognize her. Is there someone else? Don't be ridiculous, she snapped. Not everything is about you, Mark. I just want out. I want to be free. The irony wasn't lost on me. 3 days ago, I'd won enough money to give us ultimate freedom, and now she wanted to be free from me. What about our anniversary? I asked weakly. We're almost at 10 years. She laughed, but there was no humor in it. You think I care about that? God, Mark, you really don't get it, do you? I don't want to celebrate 10 years of being trapped. Trapped. That's what our marriage was to her. A trap. I looked at the divorce papers. She wanted the house, the car, alimony, the standard split. In any other circumstance, I might have fought it, but sitting there with millions in a secret account, all I felt was numb. Fine, I said. Whatever you want. She blinked, clearly surprised. You're not going to fight me on this? Number. If you want out, I won't stop you. Take whatever you need. Okay. My lawyer said we could probably get this done quickly if it's uncontested. Then let's do it quickly, I said, standing up. I'll sign whatever you need me to sign. I went to the bedroom and started packing a bag. I couldn't stay in that house another night. Sarah followed me, still seeming shocked by my reaction. Where are you going? Hotel, I said, not looking at her. You can have the house. I'll get my things later. Mark, we can be civilized about this. You don't have to leave tonight. I finally looked at her. Yes, I do. I checked into a hotel that night and called Jake. He came over with a six-pack, and I told him everything. Well, almost everything. I didn't mention the lottery win. She just blindsided you? He asked, seeming genuinely shocked. No warning. Nothing, I said, taking a long pull from my beer. 3 days ago, she seemed fine. Distant, but fine. Then today, divorce papers. Jake was quiet for a moment. I'm so sorry, man. I can't believe she'd do this to you. We drank in silence for a while. I kept thinking about the money sitting in that account. Part of me wanted to tell her, to see if it would change anything. But a bigger part of me knew it wouldn't matter. She didn't want me. Money wouldn't change that. The divorce proceedings moved fast. True to her word, Sarah's lawyer pushed for a quick resolution. At the hearing 3 weeks later, I showed up in my best suit, trying to look like I had my life together. Sarah was there with her lawyer, wearing the dress I'd bought her for her birthday last year. The judge went through the standard questions. Division of assets, alimony, all of it. I agreed to everything. Sarah would get the house, the car, and $2,000 a month in alimony for 3 years. It was steep, but I could afford it now. I could afford anything. Then something strange happened. As we were about to sign the final papers, Sarah's lawyer leaned over and whispered something to her. She nodded and then said, Your Honor, my client would like to waive the alimony requirement if Mr. Thompson agrees to sign the papers today. The judge looked surprised. Are you sure, counselor? Your client is entitled to spousal support. Yes, Your Honor. My client just wants this to be over as quickly as possible. I stared at Sarah. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Why would she give up $72,000? It didn't make sense. Unless. I agree, I said quickly, before I could think too hard about it. No alimony is fine with me. 20 minutes later, we were divorced. Just like that. 10 years of marriage dissolved in less time than it takes to watch a sitcom. I was walking to my car when my phone buzzed. A text from Jake. Hey, can you pick up dinner on your way over? I'm stuck in traffic. I frowned. I hadn't made plans with Jake. I was about to text back when another message came through. She's on her way over. I'll tell her you were difficult about the divorce. Can't wait to start our new life together. I stopped walking, read it again, and again. The words didn't change. My brother and my wife, ex-wife. Everything clicked into place with sickening clarity. The late nights, the distance, Jake always being so understanding, so available to listen to my marriage troubles. He wasn't supporting me, he was gathering intelligence. I sat in my car for an hour, just staring at those texts. He'd sent them to the wrong number. The universe's cruelest joke. Then another text. Shit. Mark, I'm so sorry. That wasn't meant for you. I didn't respond. What was there to say? 15 minutes later, my phone rang. Jake. I declined. He called again. and again. I turned off my phone and drove to my hotel. The next morning, I had 47 missed calls and dozens of texts from Jake, from Sarah, from mutual friends who'd already heard. I didn't read them. Instead, I called Mr. Peterson. I want to move the money, I said, all of it, and I need you to recommend a real estate attorney in another state. I'm leaving. It took a month to get everything arranged. During that time, the calls and texts kept coming. Jake showed up at my hotel once. I watched from the window as he stood in the parking lot, looking lost. Sarah tried to corner me at the grocery store. Mark, please, let me explain. There's nothing to explain, I said, walking past her. You got what you wanted. You're free. It's not what you think. It's exactly what I think, I said, finally looking at her. You and Jake. How long? She had the decency to look ashamed. 6 months. 6 months. While I was trying to save our marriage, she was sleeping with my brother. Is that why you waived the alimony? Guilt? No, she said quietly. Jake said, he said it would be better if we didn't take your money, that you'd had enough taken from you. I laughed, actually laughed. How noble of him. I left town the next week, moved across the country to a city where I knew no one, bought a modest house with cash, got a new job at a small accounting firm. I couldn't just do nothing. It would drive me crazy. I've been here 6 months now. The money sits in various investments, growing quietly. I haven't touched it beyond the house. What's the point? The only person I wanted to share it with chose my brother instead. Jake still texts sometimes. Long apologies, explanations I don't read. Sarah sent one email saying they're getting married. I deleted it without responding. The lottery win was supposed to fix everything. Instead, it showed me that nothing needed fixing. It needed ending. In a twisted way, I'm grateful. If I hadn't won, I might have spent years more trying to save a marriage that was already dead. The money didn't ruin my life. It revealed the ruins that were already there. I'm in therapy now, trying to process it all. My therapist says I'm handling it remarkably well, all things considered. I don't tell her about the money. It's not relevant, really. The betrayal would hurt just as much if I was broke. Sometimes I think about telling them about the lottery win, showing them what they missed out on. But then I realize they already know what they missed out on. Me, a man who loved fully, who would have given anything to make it work. If that wasn't enough, no amount of money would have mattered. I'm 38 years old. I have $5.6 million in the bank, and I'm starting over. Some days that feels like a curse, but more and more, it's starting to feel like freedom. Real freedom. Not the kind Sarah was looking for, but the kind that comes from knowing your worth isn't measured in dollars or in someone else's love for you. The lottery ticket is framed in my home office, not as a reminder of what I won, but as a reminder that life's biggest prizes often come disguised as losses. I lost a wife and a brother, but I kept my dignity, my self-respect, and ironically, my fortune. They say money can't buy happiness. They're right, but it can buy a new start. And sometimes that's the biggest jackpot of all. Update, posted 2 hours later. I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. Thank you all for the support. To answer some common questions, yes, it's all real. I have the documentation to prove it, but obviously won't be sharing that. No, I haven't told anyone else about the money. My therapist doesn't know. My new coworkers don't know. You random internet strangers are the only ones who know. Yes, Jake and Sarah are still together. From what I hear through the grapevine, they're miserable. Apparently, the guilt is eating them alive. Good. No, I won't tell them about the money. The best revenge is living well, and I intend to do just that, quietly. To those saying I should have fought the divorce harder, with what? To save a marriage where my wife was sleeping with my brother? The money made it easier to let go, not harder. I'm not dating yet. Trust is difficult right now, but I'm working on it. The lottery commission couldn't have been more helpful. If you ever win, get a lawyer immediately. Don't tell anyone until you have a plan. Thank you all again. It feels good to finally tell someone, even if it's anonymous strangers on the internet. Maybe that's exactly what I needed.